Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to one more lesson of English for Form 4 students who are now getting ready for Somaliland General Certificate Examination. And today our lesson is about how to write a composition. How to write a long composition. You have learned how to write simple word, how to write a phrase, a clause, sentences, and even paragraphs. So what about today? Here, I want you to learn how to write a long composition. You know, most of the students face, some problems when they are asked to write about 300, 250, 400 words in the examinations. So in order to make you prepare for that examination, to have good performance in the following examinations, we are going to study today how to write long composition writing. Well, as you see here, writing compositions. I think everybody has learned what a composition is, and it doesn't need more definition about this one. In generally, well, today we are going to focus on techniques, the techniques which are used in order, or the techniques which help you to expand, to make large your sentences so that you can write a long composition. Here we have got what's known exploring ideas for writing composition. When you have got the pen and you want to write, you need to get more ideas so that you can put them into your writing. So this will help you. I hope this will help you. Well, exploring ideas for writing composition. Exploring, it means what? Searching. Try to find something. Okay? Here we have got these two techniques today. The first one is clustering. Clustering, or a spider graph, as some people call it. Clustering is to put ideas of the same topic into group together. To put ideas, sentences, together. Well, this can be shown or planned in drawings. As you can see this diagram, as you can see this graph, this drawing. Well, the second technique that I want you to use in your writing is outlining. Outlining involves listing relevant ideas which are all about one thing. For example, if you are talking about sport, all your sentences must be about sport. If you wanted to write about, for example, farming, all your sentences must be relevant to farming. Well, and outlining means listing relevant ideas. This simple technique enables you to explore, to find more ideas which will help you to write a long composition. Well, are we together? Any of these techniques, this one or this one, you use to write a composition, you need to put in a coherent and chronological order. Whenever you use this one or this one, for example, what's written in here? On here, when you want to write, you have to put in a coherent and chronological order. Coherent means what? In a way which things relate to each other. A way that you can put in order. Chronological order means what? To arrange your ideas according to the time they happened. Which one was the first? Which one was the second? Which one was the third? Well, anyway, whenever you want to write a composition, a guided composition, you have to mind to write in a speed and accuracy. You have to keep your mind while your handwriting, your sentence structures, the spelling, your paragraphing. You have to mind all these things whenever you are writing something. Well, here we have got one example about clustering technique. Clustering technique, or Babel's spider graph, as some people call. Example, we are going to take one example, farming. For example, if you are asked to write composition about farming, which is very common in this area, well, you can prepare, you can get prepared for this composition is okay like this one by using these techniques. Here we have got one example, farming. Farming. Here I have drawn some published graphics. Farming, have a look. I put in the center. Then I have to ask, myself, what ideas are relevant to farming? Here we have got some. You might think about farming stages, the stages of farming from the beginning to the end, from soil preparation to harvesting. Well, also types of farms. Types of farms. What types of farms are practiced here in your country, or you have been asked in your paper? Well, types of crops, different types of crops, equipment, the equipment which is used, or the machinery which is used, marketing, well, weather or climate. So what's coming here? You know, the seasons which are suitable for farming, the seasons which sometimes we cannot farm. And the soil, types of soil, and so on. Here we have got the challenges, the obstacles that stop people from farming or from farming effectively. Okay, so when we have got all this, we can expand our writing. Farming stages, for example, the soil, and here, soil preparation, for example, it goes under this one, soil preparation. Well, what can come here? For example, harvesting. So, there are a lot of tasks to do between these. And also you can write about this. Types of farms. What do you have in your mind? Irrigation farms or rainfall farms? Well, types of crops. Well, for example, fruits, vegetable, seeds, equipment. What comes into your mind? Traditional equipment. All form equipment used for farming, and modern equipment like tractors and like some others. Also, marketing, you can write 2 or 3. Weather, climate. Well, the soil. Whenever, for example, you ask yourself about marketing, You can get 2 or 3 ideas, 4 or 5 sentences. You can write 4 or 5 sentences. So when we put all these sentences together, our composition will be long. It will be long. For example, types of verbs. Ask yourself, how many sentences can you write about this? Maybe 2 or 3 or 4. About 30 words and so on. 30 words and on. How many can you write about this? How many can you write about this? How many words? How many sentences can you prepare from this? When you put all these things together, I'm sure you will get a lot of words. Many words. Well, so here I have got an exercise. Well, write a composition about famine. It's possible. You can be asked, okay, in the examination, and also it's possible you can be asked, you can use, okay, in your day-to-day, okay, work, and in the future, and now, and so on. So, write a composition about famine. Then, extend your writing to less than 300 words. 300 words. Whenever, for example, the teacher tells you to write a long composition about 300 words, 350, 400 words, sometimes some of the students get disappointed. But if you understand these, okay, techniques you can follow, well, this will be solution for you. It will be solution. And you can come over these problems which stop you from writing. Well, what's more, this is the first exercise. Use these ideas and some other relevant, some more by just putting this more, like this one, all or traditional agreement, local or international market, whether what about spring, what about seasons, what about rainfall seasons, what about dry seasons, what about the cold weather? There are a lot of things it's okay to discuss in here, really. Well, here we have got some challenges. What comes into your mind? What comes into your mind? A lot of challenges. Lack of water, lack of well fertilized, okay, soil erosion comes, okay, in this part, and also insects, animals. What about locusts? What about birds? What about worms? What about other insects and parasites which affect the farm system? Well, so you students, you Form 4 students, I want you to write a composition of here 300 words, not less than 300 words, but not less than 300 words. Well, you can prepare at home, you can send, okay, your work, okay, to us. Well, during this period, this time, okay, when coronavirus, okay, has interrupted, okay, our studies at school. Thank you very much. Okay. Welcome to our second lesson of writing. And in this lesson, we will focus how outlining helps students, okay, to write longer composition. Well, in the last lesson, we discussed about clustering or spider graph, how it helps you to explore and find ideas. So in this lesson, we are using outlining. As we said, outlining is just listing ideas, listing relevant ideas. It's a listing relevant ideas. Relevant ideas. Well, so in this, we are using, as an example, this topic. For example, you have been asked to write a composition about smoking. It is usual, it's not unusual to get sometimes stuck when you want to write because you have not learned much about this. Let us take one example. Smoking, or let's say harmfulness of smoking. Harmfulness of smoking. Suppose that you have been asked, this topic to write a composition. Well, and as we said, outlining involves listing some ideas about one topic. So what can we say? What can we say about smoking? Let us see different areas about smoking. Well, for example, we wanted to talk about the negative impact of smoking. So first, smoking affects health of the smokers. We can agree. Well, health. How it affects health. How smoking affects health. How smoking affects health. That's one. The second one. What about the economy? Well, how is smoking affects economy of the smoker. Social problems. Some social problems. Next. Some social problem is caused by smoking. Environment. How cigarette affects our environment. Let us write some more. Here we have got only 4 points now. But still we can write. We can write long composition. How smoking affects health of the smokers. So what's coming under this title? Have a look. Number 1, number 2, number 3. How smoking affects health? The health of the smoker. The health of the other people. Sometimes it's called the passive smokers. Passive smokers. Well, so it damages what virus? Health, lungs. Well, damages health. Health of what? Health of the smoker and other people. It affects lungs. It affects the blood circulation. It affects many things. And also it affects the other people who are not smokers. The passive smokers. Passive smokers. The passive smokers. Passive smokers, are the other people who do not smoke cigarette by themselves, but they inhale what? The smoke, the smoking of the other, of the smokers. How it affects economy? Smokers, they pay most of their money on cigarettes instead of using some basic needs for their families and for themselves. So, well, it leaves poverty. It causes poverty. It causes poverty. Whenever you pay your money on cigarette, well, it causes poverty. That's a big problem. Also, it causes reduction, or it affects our economy. Our country exports large amount of cigarette from abroad, which is exchanged the money that we should have paid to our development in our country. Well, it leaves what? Causes poverty to individuals, families, and family. Also, causes loss of money in national term, in national term or level. Also, the cigarette causes what? Some social problems, including what? Well, what's your opinion? If I ask you that question, what's your opinion about the dignity of the smokers and non-smokers? Most of the people believe, or most of the people support what? Or I can say, the majority of the people believe that non-smokers are much better than smokers. So this causes many social problems. When the man loses his money on cigarette, his family destroys. The other people think that this person is not wise, and so on. Well, some social problems. Well, these are including what? Well, not having good dignity. Good dignity. He smokes. That sometimes it makes big sense, in some in the community. Well, so not having good dignity. Well, loses loses reputation. 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 For example, one example, everybody is dignified, everybody, okay, you know, has got his own reputation. So, but the smokers have got very low reputation in the community because they are not regarded to be okay. So, what about the environment? What about the environment? You see a lot of cigarettes imported, okay, from overseas countries. The cigarette, okay, is exchanged with the money that we obtain from the livestock that we export to foreign countries. So whenever you smoke, you are using half of one of your animals or your pocket. So environment, when the ash, okay, is thrown and everywhere, it causes some environmental problems. First, it has got a smoke, which is not good for pollution in air. For example, in your room, if someone smokes cigarette, will you be pleased, okay, to sit in there? No, you need fresh air. Well, smoke, pollution. And what's more, when the cigarette is dropped in everywhere, a lot of animals come, the water becomes, okay, contaminated, everything becomes what? Contaminated. Well, so if we come personal hygiene, it goes under this one, but let us write here, personal hygiene. Personal hygiene. The cigarette also affects, okay, your hygiene. When somebody comes to you, if you come, okay, close to cigarette and so on. Okay, all in all, why am I giving you all these ideas about smoking? I want you to use these examples to write a composition about smoking. Well, you have to write about how the smoking affects the life of the human being. The smokers and non-smokers. You can write 4, 5, 6 sentences. 4, 5, 6 sentences. Also, you can write about how it affects the economy. Our economy. The economy of the smoker. The economy of the community. The family. The national. There we lose a lot of money. A lot of money. Well, also you can write about the social problems, okay, caused by smoking, for example, in the community. Well, you can write 4, 5, 6 sentences, okay? You can talk. Write a composition about smoking. About smoking. Well, expand your writing. Expand your writing, okay, to 250 to 350 words. 250 to 350 words. Okay, there are some questions which is possible that you can ask yourself. These are what? What vocabulary are needed? What vocabulary do I need to write very good composition? For example, we are talking about harmful of smoking. You can use a lot of words. Well, for example, suffer, well, cause, damage, live. You can say a lot of words, a lot of words. So within this one, outlining, whenever you want to write the topic, you need to ask yourself to presume many vocabulary, which involve in that sentence or in those sentences. Okay, all in all, you students, I want you to write a composition about smoking, harmfulness of smoking, the negative impacts, the negative impacts of smoking. Well, so I want you to write a composition about 250 to 350. Well, and of course you can send this composition and address by hard copy, by sending to your school through the email. Through the email you can send you can bring them to the teachers. Well, that's all for our lesson today. I hope you good luck, and I hope our country does not suffer from coronavirus, which has interrupted our lessons at school. Thank you very much.